Hi guys, this is Miki. I've just created a 45-minute Power Vinyasa Flow for you. So if you're feeling like building a little strength and getting a little sweaty, grab your towel and let's get started. Don't forget to subscribe to Aloe's channel so that you don't miss out on any of the other content that we're making for you. Let's go. For this class, you're going to want to have 2 blocks, and we're going to begin sitting on a block on the lowest level, taking it wide and placing it underneath your seat. If for any reason your hips or the tops of your feet or your knees are tight and this is uncomfortable, just grab your second block and elevate your seat so that there's less pressure there. And then reach forward, pull the skin of the knees under so nothing's catching. Feel your inner feet pressing into the sides of the block. You just want to take some time to establish your seat, establish your foundation so it's strong and it's steady and it carries you through the rest of your practice. Grab a hold of your hips. If this feels uncomfortable, you can also grab a hold of your heels or keep your hands to your thighs. So you decide what feels best for you in any part of this whole practice. I like grabbing the hips. As you inhale, you'll tilt forward towards the pubic bone and notice how that ricochets up, lifting the chest. And as you exhale, you'll lean back towards the tail, feeling that concave motion happening. Inhale will lift you up. And exhale, you'll lean back. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. So we're starting off with a little bit of pranayama, some breath work. And you'll see me start to move a little bit quicker, and I want you to follow. And it will turn into somewhat of a Kapalabhati breath, a breath of fire. So it's going to be like this. Inhale, exhale, in, out. And yes, it's a little silly, and you might feel like a little chicken flapping your wings, but that's okay. You're building heat, and it's in, out, through the nose. You can close your eyes if you want to just tune inwards, or you can keep them open, whatever feels better for you. Just a few more rounds here. Inhale, exhale, last 3, 2, and 1. End up forward towards your pubic bone. Take a deep breath in, circle your arms overhead, and hook your thumbs. You're still holding your breath. Pause. Take in 3 more sips of air. So you're totally filled up. Hold it in. Try to pull your thumbs apart. And then exhale, pop the cork, release the hands down. Palms are face up on the thighs. Take a second to close your eyes. This pranayama creates a lot of energy in our body, so just notice the subtle effects of breathing. Take another breath in and out. Open the eyes. Inhale, circle your arms overhead. The arms are straight. These are your antennas to the heavens. Curl your fingers in towards your palms and stay active through your arms. We're going to do a second round of Kapalabhati. So if you've never done it before, you have a little bit of experience under your belt from that first round we just did. Take a small breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Just relaxing. Take again a tiny breath in, and as you exhale, you'll breathe out through the nose. Your arms are staying straight. Keep breathing. You'll notice my belly is pumping in and out. So keep going. Try to keep breathing out through the nose. If you're breathing out through the mouth, it's fine. It takes practice. It takes getting used to. About 15 more seconds. And again, a deep breath in. Hook your thumbs with the opposite thumb on top. Try to pull the hands apart. Hold the breath. Take in 3 more sips of air. Hold it in. Lift the pelvic floor if you can and pause. Slowly release. Exhale through the mouth. Palms are face up. Close your eyes for a moment. So as we start to move and breathe through this power flow, I want you to envision yourself moving with strength. See your body in its perfect physical condition, feeling strong, feeling energized, feeling ready to go, to take on anything. Move through this practice, through poses that challenge you, or even simple poses with this mindset of greatness. Remember that you are completely capable of achieving anything that you see for yourself. Take a deep breath in and out. Open the eyes and let's get started. So you'll just come up off of your block, put both blocks to the front of your mat just so that they're ready for you there. Coming into a tabletop position, extend your right leg straight back behind you with the toes tucked under, and just start to rock yourself forward and back a few times, stretching out the back of the knee. And then go ahead, release the right knee back down. Same thing on the left side, the toes are tucked, just pulling yourself forward and back. The breath is steady now, it's slow, it's smooth, controlled. Release the left knee down next to the right. Flip your fingers to point back towards your knees, and as you inhale, look up. Exhale to round. So as you warm up the spine, again, inhale, look up. We're also opening up the wrists. Exhale to round. Inhale, stretch the chest, stretch your gaze. Exhale, round, chin to chest. And then come back to neutral. Flip your hands forward. As you inhale, extend your right leg straight back behind you this time. Notice if your toes are turned one way or the other, you want them to be pointing straight down. And then take your left hand and just give your belly a little tap. Make sure that you're lifting away from the ground. You'll know right away, tapping it. You can stay here with both hands on the ground, or you can try lifting onto the left fingertips, or even extending the left arm straight forward. The pinky side of your hand is down, and you're aiming to get your bicep in line with your ear. Take a full breath in here and extend, trying to find length. As you exhale, round your spine, maybe tapping your elbow to your knee. Your gaze is straight down to help you balance. Inhale to extend. Exhale to contract, pulling everything in and up. One more. Inhale to extend, and exhale to contract. Reach forward, reach back. You're looking straight down, so your neck is long. Take your left arm out to the left. This is where it gets fun. And extend your right leg straight out to the right. You should feel it pretty much right away. Press into your right hand. Try to lift the right thigh up a little bit higher. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Take one last breath in, and you're just going to release your left hand straight down and your right foot out to the right. Tuck your back toes and rock forward and back a few times. And then put a little tiny bend in your right knee and circle your hips around in one direction and then in the other direction. Come back to center. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, lift that right leg up and out to the side. Tuck your back toes and lift your back knee, coming into a three-legged dog, reaching the right leg up and back. Take a big stretch here. Press forward through the arms, through that back leg. And as you exhale, shift forward to plank. Bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lift up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. One more. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, knee to nose. Pause. You're going to bring your right toes to the ground and then hover both knees off of the floor. So we're in a hovering tabletop. Notice if the shoulders are sticking off the back. Press and try to round, finding that strength. Take one more breath in and then release your knees. Untuck your toes. Inhale, look up, lift the tailbone. Stretch out your belly and exhale, round, finding cat pose. Pause here, come onto your fingertips. Try to suck the center of the palm up and try to pull your belly button up towards your spine, tucking your chin to your chest. Release the palms, and let's do the other side. I am sweating already. Okay, extend your left leg straight back behind you. Again, you don't want to be just falling down here. You want to have awareness in your body of what you're doing. So that right hand, just giving the belly a little tap will definitely remind you to engage your core. Back leg is lifting, it's extending. You can start off on your right fingertips. See how it feels. Maybe you extend the right arm straight out. Rather than lifting and arching in the low back, I want you to extend forward and back. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, round elbow to knee. Just 2 more here. Inhale, extend. Exhale to contract. You're moving with your breath. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Reach forward, reach back. Here it comes. Right arm out to the right. Take an inhale. Make sure you're actively pressing away from the ground and extend your left leg out to the left. Oh, mama. Shoulder is right over the wrist. Again, you're not just dropping down. You're pressing away. You're finding that strength that you have within. Take 1 more breath here, and then set the right hand down. Your left leg goes all the way out to the left. If you drew a line from your hip to your ankle, it would be 1 straight line. Tuck your back toes and rock forwards and back a few times. This is a good opportunity to slow your breath down again. Put a tiny little bend in the left knee and start to circle your hips around. This one's a little more free form, so don't get too attached to what it looks like. Switch direction with your circles. And then come back to center. You're going to take a deep breath in, exhale, lift that leg up and back. Back toes are still tucked, coming up into a 3-legged down dog. Push your hands forward, stay very active through the arms, and try to lift that left heel away from you. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, your shoulders will shift forward over your wrists as you pull your knee to your nose. Inhale to extend. Exhale, contract. 1 more inhale. And exhale. Stay here. Just bring the left toes down. Hover your knees right off of the ground. Press and round, finding a moment of strength. And then release the knees down. Inhale, arch the spine. Exhale to round. All right, tuck your toes and press back. Downward facing dog. Here in your down dog, look at your hands. You want to make sure that the first finger and thumb are pressing down into the ground. Take your elbows out to the sides and then wrap them in towards one another, then straightening the arms. So there's space around your shoulders, around your ears. Take your feet out about hips distance. You can actually measure that by turning one heel in towards your foot and then the other. That's your hips distance. Put a bend in your knees and stick your butt up way in the air. Shake side to side, hand to hand, foot to foot, and then take a deep breath in. Hold your breath in at the top and exhale through the mouth. Slowly walk your hands back to your feet. You can tell your hips distance by placing 2 fists between your feet. It should be the same as the measurement you just did. Put a bend in your knees and grab your elbows, dropping your head down. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. We try not to create more tension in this practice. Take 1 last breath in. And as you exhale, release your hands. Take them to your low back and interlace your fingers. Try to get your wrists together as much as you can. Shift your weight into your toes. Inhale, extend your chest forward away from the thighs, and then exhale, fold over the legs. Again, you're trying to work the wrists towards one another and relax your neck. From here, your fists will lift up towards the ceiling, so you're broadening your collarbones. We'll be on our hands, working the shoulder strength, so enjoy this stretch while it's here. Take 1 last breath in. And out. Release your hands down to the ground. Inhale, extend your spine. You can always put your hands on blocks or take your fingertips to your shins. Try to find length. And then as you exhale, you fold and you let it go. Twice more. Inhale, extend your chest forward, and exhale, relax. Last one. Inhale, come up halfway and pause. If your weight is back in your heels, bring it forward into the toes, so much that you might feel your heels start to lift. Spin your inner thighs to the back of the room, and then take your hands behind your head. So you want to pretend like someone was riding on your back and you needed to create a little table for them. So your back is straight, it's strong. From here, the elbows are lifting up, and if you want a little bit more, Think you can do it. You're gonna reach your hands forward. Turn your pinkies in towards one another. Shift your weight forward even more. Gather your rib cage up and in. Take one last breath here, and then exhale, let it all go. Walk your hands forward one more time. Downward facing dog. All right, coming onto your tiptoes. Bend your knees, pretend like there's a slingshot pulling your hips back, and as you exhale, jump forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Rise up to standing, reach your arms overhead, and exhale, hands to heart. Moving through a few rounds of Surya Namaskar, just to sync your movement with your breath and get your heart rate up a little bit. Let's go. Inhale, lift up, maybe start to lean back. Exhale, dive down over your legs. Halfway lift as you inhale. Plant your hands as you exhale. Keep your elbows in tight. Look forward, and if you're gonna jump back, land with your elbows bent so that there's no pressure on the joints. Come onto the tops of your feet for upward facing dog. So we'll just pause for a second here. In your upward facing dog, you want to make sure that you're lifting away from the ground. So your shoulders aren't scrunched up by the ears. This is uncomfortable. We're trying to move away from this. Pull the shoulders down the back, press into the tops of the feet so your thighs are lifting, and then you can even lift your gaze up. Take one more breath here, and then roll back over your toes, downward facing dog. You'll pause for 3 full rounds of breath. Inhaling slowly, exhaling completely. 2 more, inhale, and exhale. Last one, as you inhale, come onto your toes, bend your knees, look at where you want your feet to land, and then lightly as you can, hop up to the front of your mat. Inhale, extend the spine, and exhale to fold. Rise up to standing, arms overhead, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Just one more round. Inhale, lift up, lean back. Exhale, fold over the legs. Halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Same exhale takes you all the way back. Breathe in to lift the chest, and breathe out to take you back to downward facing dog. 3 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Last 2. And last one, breathe in and out. From here, lift your right leg straight up and back. Look forward, shift your weight into your hands, bring your right knee to your right tricep. Now stay forward, lower the knee to the wrist, and then back up to the tricep. 2 more. Lower down, lift up. Last one, lift it up. Inhale, extend the legs straight back behind you, and then step your foot forward between your hands. Walk your right foot slightly over to the right and drop your back knee down. If you are having a hard time pulling your foot forward between your hands, I'm gonna suggest that you put your hands on blocks from downward facing dog. It's much easier to step your foot all the way forward. So you can try it out. If you like it, stick with it. If you don't have to do it. From here, your back knee's on the ground. Untuck your back toes and stretch your arms up and overhead. Grab your elbows here and notice the difference when, again, you're being a little bit lazy, you're just dropping down, or instead you can push up and start to lean back and open up the chest. Take one more inhale and exhale through the mouth. Take your hands to your hips now. Find your footing. That right foot is rooting into the ground. Tuck your back toes to lift your back knee up. If you're feeling really wobbly, just widen your stance. You don't need to balance on a tightrope. You can keep your hands at your hips. It's a little more challenging to reach the arms overhead. We're gonna add some movement now. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you're gonna stretch your arms back behind you and reach your chest forward. Inhale to rise back up to standing. Exhale to slightly tap your back knee to the ground. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop the back knee. Last one, inhale up. Exhale, extend. Inhale, lift up. Drop the back knee down. Lift it up. This time, reach your hands forward and pause. So it's very tempting to just rest your weight down on the front thigh. Don't. Lift up out of it. Start to shift your weight into your right foot, extending forward and back for warrior three. Hands can come to heart if you want. Hands can go behind you. You can even grab your front thigh. Take one last breath in. Slowly step your left foot forward to your right, bringing your feet together, swiping the fingers across the ground to lift the chest up for chair pose. Sit down in your chair. Weight is in the heels, chest is lifting. Take one last breath in. You may bring your palms together and then exhale to fold over your legs. Come up halfway, breathe in, and then plant your hands, step or lightly jump back through your vinyasa, all the way to downward facing dog. So you're more than welcome to skip any of these vinyasas. You don't have to do a single one if you don't want to. They build heat, they're strengthening, but if you're feeling too fiery, then you can just press right back to down dog, which is where we'll meet. From here, lift your left leg up, take an inhale, remind yourself how strong you are. As you exhale, shift forward, left knee, left tricep, stay here. Tap the knee to the wrist, and then exhale, pull everything away from the ground. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. One more, breathe in and out, and then lift the leg all the way up and back. Look forward, step your foot between your hands. Back knee drops down. Inhale, the arms will lift. Grab your elbows and then switch the clasp of your elbows. Push down to lift up. If you're feeling again unbalanced, you can look down. Lifting your gaze will challenge your balance, but also help lift you up even higher. Maybe try closing your eyes. Take another inhale and exhale. Release your hands to your hips, tuck your back toes, and lift the back knee off the ground. Try to hit that right angle with your front leg. So the thigh is parallel to the ground as much as you can get it. Knee is stacked right over the ankle. Arms will lift. Your front leg is trying to stay as steady as it can. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands back behind you. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tap the back knee down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hands back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, back knee taps. Last one, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift up and pause. Shift your weight forward. Arms are in line with the ears. You're lifting away from the ground. You're reaching forward. You're reaching back. You're a strong, straight arrow. And then you're going to come all the way up onto your left foot. I prefer to bring my hands to my heart. This is more challenging. If that's what you need right now, go for it. Back leg, again, super active, super strong. One last breath here. And then exhale. Both feet together. Bend your knees. You want to get low in your chair. Inhale to lift up. Look down. Make sure you can see your toes. You can wiggle them around. Say hello. Shift your weight back into the heels. Sit down. It's a very comfortable chair. Get low. Get a little lower. A little lower. Take one more breath in. Hands to heart. All the way down onto your butt. Don't get too comfortable. Lift your legs straight up. Okay, options for you. You can have your hands down on the ground. Totally fine. You can grab the backs of your thighs. If you want to make it even more challenging, reach your hands forward. If you want to get crazy, reach your arms straight up. I'll be here. One day I'll just be here, but right now I'll be here. Lift the chest. Feel free to extend the legs if that feels good to you. Navasana. Inhale, halfway down to Ardha Navasana. Exhale, lift. Just a few more. Inhale, exhale. I don't do these often enough. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Breathe in and out and in and out. Okay, grab the backs of your thighs. You're gonna roll back once and we're gonna meet in chair pose. Ready? Inhale, back. Exhale, come all the way back up. Chair pose. Exhale, fold over your legs. Toe heel your feet about hips distance apart. You have your measurement, 2 fists. Bend your knees, hands behind the back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, fold. Feel free to bend one knee here. Maybe take your fists one side and then switch, go to the other side. Come back to center, release your hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands as quietly as you can. Jump to the back of your mat. Inhale, lift up, and then back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, check back in, see where your head's at, bring yourself back. Right leg will lift as you inhale. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose, and then bring your right knee over to your left elbow. Extend your leg out, drop your back heel down, and lift your left arm up for fallen triangle. If you want here, make sure your shoulder's right over your wrists. You can try to lift that right leg up. Just an option. Slowly release the left hand down and step your right foot forward. Drop your back heel and extend both arms straight up for warrior 1. Hands will come behind the back once more. Interlace your fingers. Walk your right foot out to the right and inhale, lift the chest. Slowly fold to the inside of the right leg. Your gaze is back at your back toes, so your neck is relaxed. Take a breath in and out. Slowly lift all the way back up, warrior 1, and then hands to the ground. Taking a vinyasa. If you want, you can keep your back leg lifting as you lower. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up, breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose. Find your strength. Take your left knee to your right elbow and extend your leg out, bringing the foot down. Back heel will drop, right arm will lift. If you want, again, try it out. It might not happen, it might happen. Lift that foot up just for a second and then release. Everything, step your foot forward. Drop your back heel and rise up, warrior 1. Hands will come behind your back. Just make sure that the opposite thumb is on top. Lift the chest as you breathe in, and then exhale to fold either over the front thigh or to the inside of the front thigh. Relax your neck by looking at your back toes. Take a breath in and out. Humble warrior is a good time to release the ego, any judgment of what has or hasn't happened in your practice, and just come back to being present. Take one more breath in and out, and then inhale, rise up, lift up, and exhale, hands to the ground. Taking your vinyasa, always optional. Maybe that left leg stays lifting. We'll come back to downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. From here, take your feet out a little bit wider than your hips and turn your toes just slightly out. Drop your hips down, coming into Malasana. If your hips and your knees are like, no thank you, you can grab one of your blocks and sit on it. But don't be lazy, because we're almost done. And I believe in you, you can do it. Take your elbows to the insides of your knees and lift your chest up. Take a few breaths here, close your eyes. When I first started practicing yoga, I literally could not hold a squat pose. So just enjoy wherever you're at. One more inhale and exhale. Okay, stay in your squat. you're going to walk up to the front of your mat, staying low. I wish I could see you guys doing this right now. And then come back up, fold over your legs. Turn your toes forward, inhale, halfway lift, exhale to fold. Plant your hands, step back to plank pose, and pause here. Bring your feet all the way together, shift over onto the pinky side edge of your right foot, lifting the left arm up. You can look straight down, you can start to look up. Pick up your top leg, bend the knee, place your foot behind you, and lift your hips up, leaning the head back. Take one more breath in, and then contract your core, come back to center. Find your grounding. Feet together, shift over onto the pinky side edge of your left foot, lift the right arm up. It's a lot easier to look down. If you look back up, you might fall, that's okay. Pick up your top leg, bend the knee, place your toes behind you. Wild thing. Nice stretch for the belly after all that core work. Take one more inhale, and then come back to center, downward facing dog. Take a second, drop your knees, cross your ankles, sit back over your feet, and swing your legs out in front of you. If you have tight hamstrings, grab your block. It's such a handy little tool, and you can sit on the block. We're going to do a forward fold. So your legs are out in front of you, gives you a nice incline. That way you can rock towards the pubic bone, finding that arc in your low back. So you're not folding forward from your back, you're folding at your hips. I'm gonna ditch the block, but you can use it if you want to. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead, and then exhale to fold. Even if you don't grab your toes, doesn't matter. You can grab your ankles, you can throw a strap or a towel around your feet. Just try to fold at your hips, and then drop your head down. Relax your neck. We're gonna stay here for a few breaths. Breathing in and out. 2 more. Inhale, find length in your spine, and exhale, start to fold. Last breath here, inhale, and exhale. Slowly rise back up to a seat, plant your feet flat, and take your hands back behind you. Fingers are pointing forward. Start to roll the shoulders away from the ground. You can stay right here, lifting the chest and leaning the head back. If you want more, press into your feet to lift your hips for a reverse tabletop. You're not throwing your skull back, you're gently releasing the head behind you. Take one last breath in, and then exhale. Slowly bring your hips back down. We're gonna do a second round. So if that reverse tabletop felt good and you wanna take it a little bit deeper, we're gonna try a reverse plank. So wherever you're at, second round, you can start here, you can lift the hips, and if you want more, walk one foot and then both feet out in front of you, push into your feet to lift your hips, and slowly release the head back. Take one last breath in, and then slowly bring your hips back down. Cross your ankles, stretch your arms overhead as you inhale, and exhale, fold over your legs. If you want a deeper hip stretch than Sukhasana, you can try double pigeon, starting with your right shin on top of the left. Your leg might be up here. Again, that block, you can place it underneath the knee. Otherwise, no block, and start to walk your hands forward. Close your eyes as you start to open up the hips. Breathe in, breathe out. You might not fold forward at all, and that's totally okay too if you're getting enough sensation being upright. Take one last breath in and out. And feel free to pause the video and stay here for longer if that's what your body needs. But if you're staying with me, slowly walk your hands back up towards your hips. Either you're gonna switch the cross of your legs or take your left shin on top of the right. Just make sure that the sole of your foot is lining up with the outer edge of the thigh. Your foot is flexed to protect your knee. Find length as you inhale, lift up, try to keep this length as you start to fold forward. You might stop right here, totally fine. You can ease your way down using your breath to take you deeper. Feel free to grab one or both blocks if you want, and give your elbows something to rest on. You just want to be able to let go and focus on your breath. 3 more here. Inhaling and exhaling. Last 2. And last one, breathe in and out. Press into your hands, start to uncross the legs. Take them out in front of you and just kind of shake them out a little bit. All right, hands reach forward, scoot your hips forward a little bit because we're on our way down. You want to make sure you're on your mat. Slowly start to lower down. You'll know when to stop. You'll feel your core catch. That's when you're going to stop. Your low back is still lifting off of the ground. Slowly as you can, lower down, bit by bit by bit, and then all the way down. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Your breath is super slow now. The exhales are full, the inhales are expansive. Extend your arms out by your sides. Take a deep breath in, keeping your knees together. Start to lower the legs over to the left. You can bring your gaze out past the right fingertips, but just close your eyes now. Take another breath in and out, and then come back up to center. And as you exhale, lower the knees over to the right and shift your gaze past the left fingertips. Relaxing the whole body, preparing to take rest. Take one more breath in and out. Come back to center. Bring both of your knees into your chest. Okay, before we totally finish, we're just gonna do one last power minute of core work so that you're really ready for Shavasana. Take your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. Your knees slide forward, coming into tabletop. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, right elbow, left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Keep going. You have 30 seconds. Don't worry, I'm looking at a timer. / doing this with you. We're not doing more than 30 seconds. Don't forget to breathe. Last 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Pause. Lift your legs up into the air. Opposite hand reaches for the opposite foot. Again, 30 seconds. You got this. Keep breathing. Keep reaching up higher and higher. Finding that strength. Working your core so that you can do all those inversions and chaturangas all day long. Keep breathing. We've got 8 more seconds. Last 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Knees to chest. Plant your feet flat. Try to graze the backs of the heels. If you want, you can put a block under your low back or just lift the hips up. Interlace your hands. If there's no block, press into your feet to lift your hips and try to walk your shoulders towards one another. Take a big Buddha belly breath, stretching out your belly. One last inhale. And then slowly as you exhale, release your hands and lower your spine back down to the ground. Knees will come into your chest. Reach your hands forward. You can grab the ankles, the big toes, the outer edges of your feet, finding happy baby. Rock side to side, like a happy little baby. And then come back to center. Give yourself one last squeeze. Lift your forehead to your knees. And exhale, lay all the way out on your mat. Shavasana. You want to extend your heels forward and just let your feet fall away from one another. Palms are face up. Take a full breath in. Fill the belly. Fill your rib cage. Fill the chest, hold it in. Take in another sip of air. One more, and then sigh the breath out through the mouth. Letting yourself completely relax. Dropping the weight of your body down into the ground and slowing down. You can stay here in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. With every exhale, allow yourself to just drop in a little deeper, letting go of all thoughts, all plans, all to-do lists, and focusing on staying present, on listening to your breath, on letting go, and just being right here, right now. The inhales and the exhales become soft and faint as you relax even more deeply. Taking one last deep inhale through the nose, fill all the way up. Part your lips and exhale to let it go. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, maybe your nose. And on your next breath in, stretch your arms overhead, interlace your fingers and flip your palms. And as you exhale, just relax. Slowly make your way up to a seat. You can roll over to one side or rock straight up. And once you're upright, join your palms together in front of your heart. Take a moment to bow your head down in gratitude for yourself, for making the time out of your day to step onto your mat. Thanking your strong and very capable body for supporting you through this practice. And I thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.